Right now, your life is about to transform. Everything you've been, everything you are, and everything you'll become hinges on one thing: the conversation you're having with yourself. That inner voice, the one that sets limits and doubts your potential, holds the key to your transformation. Let me share something extraordinary about your brain. Every thought you think triggers a biochemical reaction in your body. Every word you speak to yourself wires specific neural pathways in your brain. When you wake up and think, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this," you're not just having a passing thought. You're programming your brain to turn those beliefs into reality. Here's the fascinating part. Your brain can't distinguish between what's real and what you imagine. That's why changing your thoughts can literally reshape your brain. This is not just philosophy, it's pure neuroscience. The challenge. In the next 3 days, I'm inviting you to rewire your brain for success. These won't be ordinary days. You'll consciously choose your self-talk, breaking the autopilot cycle that's been holding you back. Most people wake up each day with the same thoughts, triggering the same emotions, which drive the same behaviors and lead to the same results. But you're not most people. When you change how you speak to yourself, you change your brain. When you change your brain, you change your energy. And that energy shifts your entire life. Every breakthrough in history began with a single defiant thought, a refusal to accept the status quo. Your self-talk is either lifting you to new heights or anchoring you to the past. There's no neutral ground. Over the next 3 days, you'll learn how to speak to yourself in a way that reshapes your brain, reprograms your body, and rewrites your future. This isn't about surface-level positivity. It's about neural reconstruction, permanent transformation, not temporary motivation. Why self-talk matters. Your brain processes about 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Shockingly, 90% of those thoughts are the same ones you had yesterday. This mental autopilot reinforces old patterns, creating a life that feels stuck. Negative self-talk isn't just harmless chatter. When you say, "I'm not ready," "I can't afford it," or "I'm not smart enough," your body believes you. Your brain releases stress hormones, your genes express differently, and your energy drops. You're programming your body for limitation without even realizing it. Every thought creates a chemical reaction. Fearful thoughts trigger stress hormones like cortisol, while empowering thoughts release feel-good chemicals like dopamine. Your body doesn't care if the experience is real or imagined. It responds the same way. This is why change feels hard. Your body becomes addicted to the emotions you've been feeding it. Those limiting beliefs, they're not facts. They're just well-worn neural pathways, like a trail you've walked so many times that it's now automatic. But here's the good news. Your brain is adaptable. Scientists call this neuroplasticity. You can rewire your brain, create new neural connections, and think your way into a new reality. The shift begins within. Most people wait for external change before shifting their internal dialogue. But that's backward. Your outer world reflects your inner talk. Right now, your repetitive thoughts are programming your future. Becoming aware of your self-talk is the first step. Awareness disrupts the autopilot. Once you see the patterns, you can change them, and there's no going back. Over the next 3 days, you'll practice focused, intentional self-talk. Neuroscience teaches us that neurons that fire together wire together. Each time you think or say something, you're either strengthening old patterns or creating new ones. Here's how to get started. 1. Morning reset. The first moments after waking up are critical. Your brain is in a highly receptive state. Before checking your phone or letting old thoughts creep in, place your hand on your heart. This physical act signals your body that something new is happening. Then, declare your intentions out loud. Today, I break free from my past. Today, my new life begins. Every cell in my body is awakening to new possibilities. Feel the truth of these words. Let them sink into every cell of your being. This isn't meditation, it's active brain programming. 2. Afternoon check-in. Between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m., your brain enters another receptive window. Use this time to reconnect with your morning declarations. Find a quiet space, even if it's your car or a bathroom stall, and repeat your empowering statements with conviction. 3. Emotional coherence. Your brain can't tell the difference between imagining something vividly and experiencing it. That's why Olympic athletes use visualization to enhance performance. When you combine intentional self-talk with elevated emotion, you're not just thinking differently, you're teaching your body a new way of being. Speak to yourself with clarity and emotion. I am worthy of greatness. I am capable of extraordinary things. Feel these words resonate. This alignment of thoughts and emotions creates coherence between your heart and brain, a measurable state where you become a powerful creator of your reality. Why this works. Every thought is like a pebble dropped into a pond, sending ripples into the quantum field of possibilities. Your thoughts are energy, and energy influences matter. By practicing focused self-talk, you're broadcasting a new electromagnetic signature into the universe. But this isn't just about words. It's about creating a new energetic signature, a neural and emotional state that attracts the life you desire. Think of it as tuning a radio. Right now, your brain is set to specific frequencies based on your habitual thinking. Through deliberate self-talk, you're tuning into new stations, frequencies of abundance, success, and joy. The 3-day protocol. Here's your plan for the next 3 days. Morning. Upon waking, place your hand on your heart and speak powerful declarations aloud. Feel their truth. Afternoon. During your mid-afternoon window, find 5 quiet minutes to repeat your affirmations. Focus completely, letting the words sink in. Evening. Before bed, reflect on your day. Acknowledge every time you shifted your self-talk and celebrate your progress. End the day with gratitude for the new neural pathways you're creating. Remember, every word you say to yourself is either reinforcing your current reality or building a new one. Speak with intention, speak with conviction, and watch as your inner dialogue transforms your life from the inside out. The next 3 days will set the foundation for a new you. The question is, are you ready to take the first step? During these sessions, it's essential to integrate physical movement as you speak to yourself. Walk with purpose, move your arms with intention. Your body needs to physically embody the words you say. Remember, you're not just changing your thoughts. You're transforming your entire state of being. Throughout the day, you need to catch negative self-talk the moment it arises. If you hear yourself saying, "I can't," or "this is too hard," stop immediately and replace those words with, "I am capable," or "I find solutions easily." Challenge every negative thought as soon as it appears. Every thought, every word, every emotion counts. The evening protocol is where the magic of transformation occurs. Between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m., your brain naturally begins processing the day's experiences. This is the time for reviewing and reinforcing. Sit quietly for 15 minutes, place your hand on your heart, and reflect on your victories, no matter how small. Speak to yourself with gratitude and anticipation. Affirm, "Today I created new neural pathways. Today I changed my future." By consistently following this process with emotional intensity, you're not just engaging in positive thinking, You're rewiring your brain, reshaping your energy, and stepping into a new reality. Every word, every thought, and every emotion is a step toward becoming the person you're meant to be. Say to yourself, "Today, I've stepped closer to my new reality. Tomorrow will bring even greater transformation." Feel the truth of these words in your body and let the emotion build. This emotional state is crucial for neural consolidation. Now let's talk about why these time windows are so important. Your brain operates in natural cycles of peak receptivity. By aligning your self-talk practice with these windows, you're maximizing the impact of every word you speak to yourself. You're working in harmony with your brain's natural rhythms instead of against them. During these days, maintain what I call state management. This means staying acutely aware of your emotional state. If you feel yourself slipping into old patterns, use your breath. Take 3 deep breaths and remind yourself, "I am in the process of transformation. Every moment is an opportunity to reinforce my new reality." Keep a small notebook with you. Every time you catch yourself in negative self-talk, write it down and replace it with something empowering. This is more than just busy work. It's a tangible record of your transformation. It's making the invisible visible. Each night before sleep, review these notes and speak the new, empowering statements one last time. Let them be the last thoughts in your mind as you drift off to sleep, and your subconscious mind will continue to work with these thoughts throughout the night. Remember, these 3 days aren't about perfection, they're about direction. It's normal to slip back into old thinking patterns. The key is to catch yourself faster each time and redirect your self-talk immediately. This is a full immersion experience. You're not just changing a few thoughts, you're creating a new neural architecture. Every word you speak to yourself during these 3 days either reinforces your new architecture or pulls you back into old patterns. Don't underestimate the power of these specific time windows. They're like portals of opportunity, where your brain is most receptive to new programming. Let's explore what's actually happening in your body as you begin this new pattern of self-talk. This isn't just a mental exercise. You're changing your biology with every word you speak. Your body is a complex chemical factory, and your thoughts are the factory manager. When you achieve heart-brain coherence through positive self-talk, something remarkable happens. Your heart begins to produce a rhythmic pattern that scientists can measure: electromagnetic energy. Your heart has its own nervous system and sends more signals to your brain than the brain sends to the heart. When you place your hand on your heart and speak to yourself with kindness and power, your heart rhythm becomes more ordered and coherent. This sends signals to your brain that everything is okay. Your brain responds by reducing the production of stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which is why you feel a physical sense of calm when speaking to yourself with intention. It doesn't stop there. As your stress hormones decrease, your body starts producing chemicals like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphins. These aren't just feel-good chemicals. They signal your genes to express themselves differently. You're literally changing your genetic expression with your self-talk. Think about this. Every cell in your body has receptors that respond to these chemicals. When you tell yourself, "I am powerful, I am capable, I am worthy," you're not just saying words, you're triggering a cascade of biological changes. Your cells begin to vibrate at a different frequency. They're tuning themselves to a new energetic signature. This is why people who master their self-talk often report feeling physically different. Their energy changes, their presence changes, and even their facial expressions shift. They're not just thinking differently, they're becoming biologically different. Your cells are always listening to your self-talk. When you consistently speak to yourself with power and purpose, your cells begin to expect these new chemical states. They crave the feel-good chemicals instead of the stress chemicals. This is how lasting transformation happens at the cellular level. The energy frequency of your cells changes based on your thoughts and words. When you're in a state of fear or doubt, your cells vibrate at a lower frequency. But when you shift your self-talk to words of power and possibility, your cellular frequency increases. This isn't mystical, it's measurable. When your cells vibrate at these higher frequencies, they become more efficient. They communicate better, repair themselves better, and even replicate better. You're upgrading your biological software through your self-talk. This is why consistency is so crucial during these 3 days. Each time you catch yourself in negative self-talk and shift to positive, intentional self-talk, you're not just changing your mood, you're changing your biology. The reduction in stress hormones also profoundly impacts your immune system. When you're not flooded with stress chemicals, your immune system functions better. Your body can focus on repair and regeneration instead of constantly responding to perceived threats. Your body doesn't know the difference between real and imagined stress. When you tell yourself, "I can't handle this," your body responds as if you're in danger. But when you shift your self-talk to, "I am capable," your body creates an internal environment of strength and resilience. But here's something important. When you begin this new self-talk pattern, your body will resist. You may feel uncomfortable, you may feel like it's fake, and your mind might try to pull you back to familiar patterns. This isn't weakness. It's your body's chemical addiction to old emotional states. Your body has become addicted to certain chemicals, stress, worry, self-doubt, and like any addict, it will demand its fix. When you start feeding your body new chemicals through intentional self-talk, it resists. This resistance isn't psychological, it's biological. In these moments of discomfort, remind yourself that this is a sign of change. It's like muscle soreness after a workout. It means you're breaking down old patterns to build new ones. The discomfort you feel is the sensation of your neural networks reorganizing themselves. You may hear a voice in your head saying, "This isn't working," or "You're fooling yourself." Recognize it for what it is, your old programming fighting to survive. Your old self-talk patterns are like worn paths in your brain. When you try to create new paths, the old ones will call to you. Every time you resist the pull of your old emotional addiction and stick with your new self-talk, you strengthen new neural pathways. This discomfort is temporary. It's the labor pains of your new self being born. Transformation is happening. You'll know the transformation is taking hold when you begin catching your negative self-talk more quickly. You'll naturally redirect to empowering thoughts without conscious effort. Your new neural wiring is growing stronger. Remember, discomfort is fleeting, but transformation is permanent. Each time you feel resistance and choose your new self-talk anyway, you're physically altering your brain structure. The key is to stay committed, especially when it feels hardest. When every fiber of your being wants to revert to old patterns, that's when you're on the verge of a breakthrough. Don't let temporary discomfort rob you of lasting change. This is not just about feeling good. It's about remaining devoted to your new self-talk, even when it feels difficult. That's what creates lasting change, what builds enduring neural pathways and transforms your biology at its core. When you change your self-talk, you're reshaping the entire field of possibilities around you. This process isn't just personal development, it's quantum transformation. It influences every aspect of your life and impacts everyone around you. Notice what happens in your relationships when you speak to yourself differently. You'll show up in new ways, and people will respond to you differently because they'll sense the shift in your energy. Your new self-talk will create new external realities in your professional life, your health, and in your interactions with others. Right now, you stand at the threshold of transformation. Every moment you hesitate is reinforcing old patterns. Tomorrow, when you open your eyes, you'll have a decision to make. Will you fall back into your old patterns, or will you begin the most important conversation of your life? The time to begin is now. Let this be the moment you look back on and say, "That's when everything changed. That's when I began creating my new reality."